Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am a group exercise instructor with the Greater Grand Rapids YMCA. Today's Pilates class is going to be a circuit class. So we have 3 sections of exercises, and there will be 4 or 5 exercises in each section that we're going to do 45 seconds of. Go through it, but then go through it a second time. And then a little bit of stretch. So we're going to spend just like a minute or so getting warmed up. If you're not familiar with Pilates, it's probably okay with this. There might be a few that maybe you're not sure of and just don't do. And then join when you're comfortable or do something else like a plank. So we're going to start on our backs, getting warmed up just a little bit through that core and lengthen our hamstring. We have a couple big leg movements today. And there is no music for class today, so you can put on whatever music your little heart desires to listen to help motivate you. So starting off with those feet about hip distance apart, I want you to close and lift through that pelvic floor. Pull in that transverse abdominal muscle towards your spine, so really engage that deep core. Then lengthen your whole spine from your tailbone through the top of your head. Reach through your fingertips, press those shoulders back into the mat, and just really feel like that whole trunk just got very solid, very supported from all sides. Breathing through that rib cage, so once that core is set, it's hard to figure out how to breathe sometimes. So make sure you're not holding your breath with the exercises. Okay, come up into an ab curl position with your head starting, then shoulders, maybe shoulder blades, and take a look at the stomach. So when we are in these ab curl positions today, your belly should not poof out. Okay, it should never get bigger. You always want to keep it compressed, and if you cannot do that in an ab curl position, you need to lower yourself down, head to the floor, so that you can maintain proper form during the exercises. Okay, and if you're not sure what your belly's doing, put your hand on it, and as you curl up, if it poofed out into your hand, that's the wrong direction. Okay, so modify class to make sure that you're doing good form. Now, we're going to stretch a little bit on that hamstring while we're in our curl here, just to get that lengthened for, again, a few that we're going to do. I want you to pull that knee in, and I want you to do an active hamstring. So we're going to kick it, hold a few seconds, and bend. And we'll just do this a few times on each leg. Again, lengthening through the hamstring back of that leg. You can start getting some breath timed with that. Exhaling on that kick. And one more. And place it down. Other leg, reach back behind and extend. Fire that quad and lengthen that hamstring. Exhale. Belly down and in. Pelvic floor closed and lifted. One more time. And release that down. Place those hands behind your head, fingertips just providing a little bit of support. And I want you to rotate. Look down at the floor, come back center. Look down at the floor, come back center. So we've got an exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So turning on those obliques now. And again, as you rotate, no belly poofing. One more. Hold it center and release all the way down. A couple times, just pull those knees in and out of the chest, flexing that spine just a little bit more. We're going to actually start in sitting with a half roll back with our legs extended out. One more time. And release. Go ahead and roll yourself up into sitting. So we've got, again, 45 seconds worth of these exercises. So I've got my little timer here. We're going to start with legs hip distance apart. Get that belly compressed back to your spine, pelvic floor up. You're going to roll back into that, hollowing out that belly towards your back. Arms are going to lift, and we are going to pulse 2, 3, 4. You're going to pull a knee in and in. And then you're going to pulse back, 2, 3, 4. Pull a knee in and pull a knee in. Okay? Here we go. Pulse back, 2, 3, 4. Pull, pull. And this is going at your own pace. So again, you do not need to be matching my rhythm or my breath. Your quads are firing with those legs extended.
4 seconds. And roll it all the way down. We've got a crisscross modification with a single leg knee extension. Hands back behind your head. And pick both knees up off of the floor. Squeeze those knees together. Core set, come into your curl. You are going to twist like we did in warm-up. Knee towards the outside, or elbow towards the outside of that knee now. And then you're going to fire that quad and extend. And then you're going to switch. Okay? So we've got at your own pace, twist, extend, in. Switch, extend, in. 10 seconds. And this is not about speed. It's about quality of movement. There's your 45 seconds. Bringing it up, bringing it all the way around to a leg pull front prep. We are going to be a foot tap, 3 taps on each side. So you are going to be alternating your legs. Get that belly up towards your spine here. Get your spine in neutral. Tuck your toes underneath you. Knees are underneath your hips. Elevate those knees off the floor, just a couple inches. Other leg is going to tap out, back, side, in and hover. Keep the hover going. 1, 2, 3 taps, and you are staying in your hover. Modification would be leave those knees on the floor. Five seconds. And bring it down. Bring it back around into sitting. Legs are going to go on either side of your mat. So just a little wider than shoulder width here. And we are going to be back in that half roll back. So feet are flat. Get the belly tucked, pelvic floor in. Roll back into it. Elevate those arms. We're going to abduct those arms 4 times. So you're going to go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Then pulse the arms back, 2, 3, 4. And drop, drop. And back, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. Back, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Almost there. Starting pose here again. Less instruction in between. Legs straight out. Rolling back, 2 knees into the chest with forearm pulses with your roll back. Legs straight. Pulse, 2, 3, 4. In, in. Breath is very purposeful in Pilates. Bring it up, roll it all the way down. Crisscross with knee extension. Get that core set and twist, extend, twist, extend. Think long limbs here. As long as you can get them. Reach out through your feet. And bring it around into that leg full front prep with our foot taps. Get yourself set, core tight, elevate, and tap. Belly tight up to your spine, pelvic floor in. Again, spine is neutral here. All the way even in through the neck. So make sure you're not staring at your feet with your head dropped. Look right between those hands. Bring it in, bring it back around to those legs, either side of the mat. And get that core engaged. Roll back into it. Reach those arms overhead and alternate 1, 2, 3, 4. Then pulse back, 2, 3, 4. We have 10 seconds to go. And bring it up. Second section, we're going to be in a tilted tabletop to start. I want your forearms down. So we are going to be a little bit on an incline here to get off of your wrists. Then our leg is going to be extended back behind us. So make sure when you're here, again, you're not letting your back sag and you're not overarched, okay? So really long spine here, knee underneath your hip. Extend the leg back. I'm going to do the leg that's closest to you because otherwise I'm going to hit the wall. So that top leg is going to lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. You are going to arc it around, tap towards the front, and arc it back up. Really squeeze that glute super duper tight. Pelvis and back stay stable. Core is tight. Breathing. Bring that leg in. Switch to the other leg. I'm going to swing myself around super quick and don't want to hit the wall. And here we go. Tabletop, pulse, 2, 3, 4. And again, gently, smoothly, but power, swing around to the front and back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Smooth power, back around. No movement in that back. Bring it in. Bring yourself onto your back into a bridge position. We're going to be in releve, so we're going to have heels up, off of the mat, in our bridge. So bring your feet really close to your bottom. Now the releve is optional, okay? So once you're here, core is set. Come up onto the balls of your feet, press up into your bridge, and your arms are going to match where your legs are, okay? So we're going to pulse up, 2, 3, 4. Then press your knees towards each other, hands together. Hips pulse, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder width, pulse. And then together pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take advantage of gravity helping that pelvic floor here. And lower down. Go right onto your side. Bring your legs a little bit farther forward than your body. And we're going to work from a jazz to a ballet passe with full knee extension. So again, firing your quads here. This is what some of that warm up that we did was going to help prep you for. Top hand can be into the floor for some stability. You can also come up onto your elbow if you wish, and that's where I'm going to be. So belly back, pelvic floor in. You are going to slide your toe up your leg into that jazz passe, open into a ballet, then extend your knee, bring it back to ballet, back to jazz, put it down. Bottom leg pulses, 2, 3, 4, and you do it again. So we've got lift, open, extend, bend, down. Pulse, 2, 3, 4. Keep that core tight. Again, really fire those quads when that leg extends. And there's our timer for the other leg. So flip it around. You're doing the same thing. Opposite leg. Legs a little bit further forward than your trunk. Get that core set either head down, or if you want to be up a little bit and work on a little bit more of that trunk stability and balance here, do it. So slide up, open, extend, bring it in and down, and pulse 2, 3, 4. Belly and pelvic floor in and extend. Really fire those quads. And lift. 2, 3, 4. So really getting some of that adductor on that bottom side. And back to our tilted tabletop. I'm going to just stay where I'm at, flip it. I'm going to do my front leg. You go back and do whatever leg you did first. Down on those forearms, core set and pulse. 2, 3, 4. Control tap, back around. Again, I know my shirt's probably blousing down and you can't see, but your belly has to be super tight up to your spine here. Again, no bulging. And Bring it in. Other leg. I need to flip. You probably don't. Or maybe you do. Maybe there's a couch in the way. Maybe. All right, other leg. Forearms, belly tight, pelvic floor in, and pulse. 2, 3, 4. Control. Pull. Hip. 2, 3, 4. Control. Again, working with your breath. And we're going to bring it around into those bridges in Releve as the option. So come on down. Feet in. Onto the balls of those feet. Shoulders pressed back. Again, really nice and tight through that core. Arms, pulse up. 2, 3, 4. Then knees together. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Out. Really push those glutes. 2, 3, 4. Roll that down and go right onto your side. Again, we've got the passe into the knee extension here. Legs a little bit farther forward. And again, I'm kind of starting with my opposite side than what I did just because of my positioning. So start with whatever leg works for you, head down or up. And here we go. Releve, not releve, passe. Extend. And down. And bottom leg. 2, 3, 4. And again, core. 15 seconds. Nice and stable through that back and pelvis. Push. And other leg. Flip it around. Here we go. Last one in this little series here. And bring it up. Open. Extend. Bring it in. This leg's always a little tighter for me. So you might notice a difference each leg, but really, again, lengthen limb that's reaching out, lengthening the top limb. Open. Kick that quad tight, tight, tight. And down. And in. Last one with a timer. And here we go, third set. We are actually going to start in a full plank from your hands, alternating shoulder taps. If you need to modify to your knees, please do so. And again, I know my shirt's a little blousy down, but really pull belly up and in to your spine. You're trying to minimize your movement on this, okay? Think glass of water right on top of your butt or mid-back. Strong through the legs. And don't hold your breath. That exhale will help pull in through that core. Bring it down. And we are going to go into a tricep dip, alternating with a bridge pulse. So you're going to come around, sit, fingertips facing your feet. You're going to have butt elevated. You are going to tricep dip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you are going to bridge pulse for 4. Okay? All right, here we go. Pulse, 2, 3, 4. And lift, 2, 3, squeeze your buns, and down, 2, 3, 4, and lift, 2, 3. Get a nice chest opener on that one, 2, 3, 4. Really think about pressing those hips up. 2, 3, 4. This will be our last one with our timer. Lower down, flip yourself around to a forearm plank. This time we're tapping our toes out. So again, you can modify to your knees if you need to. Forearm, and you are tapping, tapping. Again, it's not about speed, it's about control. Minimizing the movement in that trunk. Ten seconds to go. And release. We are going to come from a bird dog position, so pop right up into a full tabletop. We're going to come from a 4 pulse, arm and leg, to a down dog, back to this. So if you want to leave your toes tucked, you can. Otherwise, point them, and you can tuck when we come into our down dog. So you're going to pick an arm and leg to start with. You're going to pulse up, 2, 3, 4. Place it down, tuck your toes. Strong press and lower. Then the arm and leg go out on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck, power press, and control the lower. Again, very long spine, long limbs. Lengthening out on your reach and then up. 2, 3, 4. In. Finish this side. And you can stay where you're at with your hands because we're going to go right back into shoulder taps from there. So get the core set, bring it up, toes or knees, and tap. Breathe, breathe. And again, it's not about speed, it's about control, power. Bring it in, tricep dip with a bridge pulse. Bring it around. All right. Up and drop. 2, 3, 4. Hip lift. 2, 3, 4. Core, really pull it in. 2, 3, 4. It's very easy to let all that go when you're doing some of these bigger body movement exercises, but that's got to be that conscious first thing you focus on is that pelvic floor and that transverse abdominal muscle as you're doing anything. Almost there on this. And bring it down. We've got forearm plank with our tap out. So bring it around. Come right to those forearms. Get that core set. And tap it out. Can control through the back. Even though you don't think about long limbs here, you are still reaching and lengthening out as you tap. Bring it in. Come right up to tabletop. Full. We've got bird dog pulse into a down dog. Here we go. Control this movement. Lift. 2, 3, 4. Spine is set. And I finished kind of lopsided, so I'm just going to finish my one side. I don't ever like to be uneven. It's just a thing. And bring it down. Now come all the way around onto your back. And we're going to stretch. And you guys are done. You made it. So bring it around. Cross one ankle on the other knee. Let's just get through that hip. Pull that in towards your chest. And I take a hold of my top leg because I feel like that gives me better control over rotation or right, left. If you have a preference for reaching through, go for it. And relax your core. Breathe. And switch. And again, this is just a little bit of stretch post-exercise for some injury prevention. However, if you're looking for flexibility gains, make sure you're really pausing the video or stretching much more length of time at the end of anything you do for exercise if you're looking for gains in that flexibility. And release that down. Go ahead and let the knees drop to one side. Keep that chest back. Shoulders back on the floor. Deep breath through that rib cage. And other side. Again, shoulders press back. Breathe through that top rib cage. And release. Roll yourself up. Sit up nice and tall. Open up that chest. Press those shoulders down and back and lift. Open up through that chest. From that last series we did, had a lot more arm emphasis than the first couple we did. Reach over to one side, lengthen through those lats. Keep your sit bones down, glued into the floor. If you can, roll that shoulder back a little bit and look up. Other side, reach it over. Again, glue your sit bones down into the floor. So make sure that cheek's not lifting with you. Roll the shoulder back and down. You use your lats more in Pilates than you think you do.
And release it. Center, put your hands on your knees. I want you to tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, flex through that whole spine, curl into a little ball. Reverse it, heart lifted, tailbone back. And exhale one more time. Inhale, lift. Now let out of that just a little bit into that perfect posture. Take one more deep breath, up and out. And you guys are all done. It's a little bit different for Pilates than what you're probably normally used to, so very non-traditional. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please come back and work out with us again. Have a good rest of your day, and stay safe, stay healthy.